Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and this is Sierra the Book Addict. Today we're going to be doing a February wrap-up. So, I only read 5 books within the month of February, considering I read 8 last month. But I would say 5 is pretty good, considering I had some chunky guys. So, let's get into it. So the first book I read, and if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my iPad, was Furyborn, or the first of the Empirium series by Legrand. And oh my, this was so good. So a lot of you know I read a lot of slow and middle paced books last year, and so this is actually considered a fast pace, and it was so fast. Like, I literally finished it like in 3 days. It was so good. If you don't know what Furyborn is about, it's kind of like a present and future story of like this planet, and it's like this, the past is this woman that she's basically has like these magical powers, but everyone kind of she's been hidden and kept secret because people worried that it might cause a stir, and when a lot of people do find out she has them, they make her go through a series of trials, and they consider her the Sun Queen, who's supposed to help protect the people when all these angels fall when this gate opens, because the angels are considered bad and they were banished from the world. And then 1,000 years in the present, there's this young girl that she's basically an assassin for the Empire, and she tries to do her best because she wants to become like this head guard, like head assassin type thing. But then she gets this mysterious invitation and is shown this man that he has these powers within the city and within council. And he basically takes her to find this princess who has been lost. But she finds out throughout the series of events throughout this first book who she really is, who he is, and that she has connections to the Sun Queen of the past, who she basically goes mad with power, and because she was talking to this angel. It's a little confusing, but once you read it's really good. I super enjoyed this, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the second book. And so I read this from my library, and it was fantastic. Second book I read during the month is the last book in the series, and it is, I'm going to put the disclaimer now, it is the last book of the Ancestor, which is Holy Sister by Legrand, which I put disclaimers for the other two. I don't own them, I don't support him and his horrible statements. I borrowed these from the library, and I definitely would love to maybe read some of his things, but I'm still kind of on the fence. But I really enjoyed the series. It was really interesting. I somehow have a fascination with like monks and nuns and just kind of like in that realm, because you don't get those type of books. And so having like a entire convent of like fighting nuns is just fascinating. And this was like a whirlwind. Like, this was fantastic. Like, there was so much that happened, and I don't want to spoil too much in case you haven't read the series. Basically, Nona has to try and become a Red Sister, and she's also trying to get back to Shipheart and kill Chazal, and she goes on a journey with the Chosen Girl. Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Oh, so I didn't tell you, I forgot. I gave Furyborn 4 stars, and also this book 4 stars. Next I read was from my private book club on Facebook with my friends from college. The Death of the English Muffin, which is part of the A Merry Muffin mystery series, which we didn't know was actually the 3rd book of the series. But luckily it was given us a recap of the first 2 books, so we didn't have to necessarily read the first 2. It was really cute. It was what I would consider a cozy mystery, which I don't read mystery books. I like them, but I don't read them often. So this was fun. This was a nice change for what we read normally. And so it was fun. So this was also by Victoria Hamilton. I'm doing a terrible job today. And this was super fun. This is basically a young woman that she finds out she has adopted a castle because her great uncle that she's never met left it to her when he died, and she's become friends with all like the staff and got her own friends to come and stay. And she has a bunch of these little ladies from New York come and stay. So one is super, super nasty, and she's the one who ends up dead. And they have to figure out who killed her and why. It was so cute, and I'm almost considering reading the rest of them, but there's like a ton. And I've talked about my series things, like the list, and it's a little complicated, so I don't think I'll be getting to this anytime soon. I'm gonna have to rethink, but we'll see. I also gave this 4 stars because it was great. Next I read was The Four Winds by Kristin Hannah, which was the leftover book from last month, which I didn't get to. And I cannot read the rest of Kristin Hannah's books, like The Great Alone and Firefly Lane, because, oh god, it killed me. It was so sad, but so good. So if you don't know what The Four Winds is about, it is basically during the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl age, where a young girl who lives in a privileged family in the panhandle of Texas basically decides to defy her parents and go out of the house. And she meets a young man who is an Italian, and they become basically sex buddies. And she gets pregnant, and her parents disown her. So they take her and the baby to his family, who are very poor, and they live in a small house and have a nice little farm. And she basically becomes a farm girl, and she has a baby, and she has a second child with him. They get married, and she becomes Catholic, and he basically deserts them during the Dust Bowl, and she has to make the decision herself to take her 2 children to California to see if they can make a life for themselves. And oh my god, like the tragedy, the sadness, it was so good. Now, you all know I've read The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah, which is considered the holy grail of historical fiction. And I actually gave away my copy because I don't think I'd be able to ever reread The Nightingale again. Just because, but I definitely think I would like a copy of The Four Winds, just because it is a time in history you don't hear about much. And this one just touched my soul a little differently than The Nightingale did. I give this 5 stars. It was so good. And lastly, I read The Dragonfly and Ember, which is the second book in the Outlander series. This was so good. I just wish that each book wasn't so damn chunky, because but it was so good. I mean, I love Claire. She's amazing. Jamie is just, like, incredible. Bonnie Prince Charlie's an asshole. And, you know, just some whole mix of characters like Fergus and Dougal, and just so good. But I like the beginning of the book was just, I don't know why she decided to put like the time travel thing where where her and the daughter are literally talking to the priest's nephew, because I don't think that was necessary at the beginning, but it was still super, super good. And I can't wait. I'm doing my best, and I can't wait to start the 3rd one. Yay, we're getting that done. Now, if you don't know, I am reading all 9 books of Outlander within the year with several of my friends on Twitter. I'm doing a terrible job at commenting and tweeting this month. I've just been, like I said, in a slump. And, yeah, but if you want to join us on Twitter, if you go onto my main Twitter, you'll see the Save It Like link, that one. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see y'all later. Bye!